gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's a Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
Tonight, a man accused of murdering a young woman now sits in a Harris County jail. Quan Flowers is accused of murdering 24-year-old Megan Rouse. Last month, Houston police came across the victim's body while on patrol near 288 and the South Beltway. Surveillance.
Woo! Now, this is wild. This case is absolutely insane. We have a super gremlin who deleted a white woman. So yes, this is an interracial crime. Another one that we have to cover. I mean, we've been covering these stories for the longest. We've been covering them before anybody else has been covering them. And it's crazy. It's insane because they've connected this guy to even more crimes, potential murders, missing women. So this guy is a bad guy. These super gremlins are on demon time.
Month, Houston police came across the victim's body while on patrol near 288 and the South Beltway. Surveillance video from nearby businesses showed a 2022 Chevy Malibu in the area, which was registered to Flowers' girlfriend, which led to his arrest. Today, the accused murderer was in court for a bond hearing. Also in court was Rouse's parents.
One day at a time is all we can do. I mean, you never expect your child to get murdered. You're not supposed to outlive them.
Yeah, and you know, it's a horrible thing. We don't put enough pressure on these prosecutors, these judges, and we don't put enough pressure on the people committing these heinous crimes. So we're starting to see an avalanche of these murders and just really gruesome things. And it's all becoming mind-numbing. And you know, obviously the families are suffering the most. But this is something that we talked about on this channel, and all we can do is get the story out. So guys, you have to share the videos. If you're watching it, share it. Go ahead, share it on social media, like the video, because this story needs to be told.
I hope they give him the death penalty as far as I'm concerned.
Right now, his bond sits at $450,000. Now, Flowers is also connected in a separate incident out of Baytown. Baytown police have named him a person of interest in the disappearance of Kaylee Goodwin. The 29-year-old has been missing since late April. Right now, she's still registered as missing. If you know anything, contact Baytown investigators or call Crime Stoppers.
Also, what's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Jenquavius Jackson, and y'all already know I'm demonetized and shadow banned in this bitch. So if you want to contribute, go to the Cash App, the PayPal, the GoFundMe, or join the Patreon. Also, don't forget to visit the merch store for all your favorite BGZM News 17 gear, including our exclusive Trump is a Blood t-shirt. Go fast before they sell out. They are already flying off the shelves, no cap. And remember, these super gremlins are on demon time.
Man is charged in the brutal murder of a 24-year-old woman, and now police say he's linked to other crimes.
ABC 13's Brooke Taylor joins us live. Brooke, spoke to the victim's mother, whose heart is going out to the other possible victims.
Well, the suspect, Flowers, right now is behind bars right now on a $450,000 bond, according to court documents.
And you know, like I said, how are these people getting bonds? $450,000. That means he only got to put up 45%, or not 45%, but 45,000, 10% of the bond. I mean, I don't like. I mean, y'all seen the judge. Y'all saw the judge, so I don't like that. I don't think he should qualify for a bond, especially if he is suspected of committing another murder. But like I told you guys, the criminal justice system has been completely infiltrated with people who they just are not doing the right thing. They want their narrative to be spun. They want what they believe should be the truth to be the truth, and it's not the truth, and they're trying to fix it so that it is the truth, and it will never be the truth. So therefore, we're in a situation where there are extremely violent people who are out on the streets who don't need to be. Giving this guy a bond is a huge mistake. Whether he can post that bond or not, I don't care. It sets the precedent. It sets the expectation that, hey, you can be connected to multiple murders and still get a bond.
Investigators were told that he preys on young women, he sells them drugs, and he stays at nearby hotels. Brutally beaten, shot several times, and left on the road.
Wow.
That's how police say they found 24-year-old Megan Rouse on May 3rd. Donna Shaw wears her daughter's picture on her chest as she fights for justice.
He was only 5 foot. And what could cause somebody to get so mad that they do what he did to her?
And I don't think it's the case that he just got so mad. I think that this guy is a predator. He's a complete animal, complete savage. He is indeed what we would call over here a super gremlin on demon time. I mean, he just looked, he got that cross-eyed type. I mean, everything is wrong about this guy. And unfortunately, he crossed paths with this young woman, and we see the result.
I mean, he brutalized her.
Quan Flowers is charged with murder, and according to court documents, he was driving his girlfriend's car, which was linked to the crime through surveillance footage. In court, it was revealed that shell casings next to Megan's body were tied to 2 aggravated assault cases. In one of the cases, a woman police aren't naming told them she knows Flowers as Country. According to court documents, that woman said he lured her into his dark-colored sedan and attempted to provide her with narcotics and tried to sexually assault her. Documents also state Baytown police have been investigating him in connection to the disappearance of a 29-year-old woman, Kaylee Goodwin, reported missing by her mother in April.
So that's a huge issue because, I mean, it looks like at this point he's close to serial killer status. How is this not serial? And they're giving him a bond? That judge is woke as hell. Y'all seen him. He woke as hell.
According to documents, a friend told investigators Goodwin said she was going to Houston for a few days to stay with a man named Country before she went missing. Court documents detail a disturbing and frightening call that Goodwin's mom received from 2 men, demanding she send them $600, and she could hear her daughter screaming and crying for help as she was actively getting beat up. Shaw says in her daughter's case, she believes she had just recently met Flowers, while remembering Megan for her beautiful, free spirit who would do anything for the people she loved.
What did my daughter do so bad that you have to beat her? There was lacerations on her neck and her back. And then you shoot her 9 times? I'm not just out there looking for justice for my daughter. I am, but I'm looking for justice for everybody else.
And according to court documents, Flowers was on probation for a drug charge. He has out-of-state convictions, mostly drug charges and also weapons charges. He has not been charged yet in connection to those other cases involving the other women. We're, of course, going to stay on top of this one. Police have not released any motive. We're live downtown. I'm Brooke Taylor, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
It's the devil. I mean, he's a monster.
New tonight, a man now behind bars and charged with murder in the gruesome killing of a 24-year-old Humble woman.
But as Fox 26's Abigail Dye reports, court documents say he has ties to several different Houston shootings and could even be connected to the disappearance of a Baytown woman.
Raji, Anthony, it is really scary to think about. In this case, it's an absolute web. The court documents say that shell casings and a vehicle, that's what connect this suspect to multiple different shootings. And the family of the woman that he's accused of killing, they say that they hope their daughter's case brings justice to anyone who was hurt by this man.
She didn't have to do what you did to her. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't have to leave her laying in the middle of that road, shot, dead. You didn't have to beat her the way you did.
24-year-old Megan Rouse was found severely beaten and shot 9 times on Anagnost Road.
It's devastating.
There's no words for it. Like, who does that?
Yeah, and who does that is the right question, but it appears that we on this channel all know who does that, and that are these super gremlins on Demon Time. This is an unspeakable crime, like many that we cover on this channel, and we need a complete overhaul of the justice system and the personnel, because they aren't enforcing the law and they are leaving the citizens vulnerable to these types of crimes. And all we can do is just spread awareness at this point. That's really all we can do. Push for awareness. Share these videos. Support voices like mine. Doesn't even have to be mine, but voices like mine. Because, there are innocent lives being lost that don't need to be.
Court records say that phone GPS data put Quan Sergio Flowers at the scene at the time of Megan's death. These records detail a sinister story of other crimes Flowers could be connected to.
And then to hear about everything else that he's possibly done, to other people, it's like he's the devil.
Now, Flowers is arrested and charged in Megan's murder. Investigators found shell casings and a video of a dark-colored sedan, which they now believe is a Chevy Malibu, at this murder scene. And records say that a ballistics test confirms that the shell casings found at the murder scene match those found at a shooting scene in March in South Houston, when a man drove up in a Chevy Malibu and shot another man in the face. Now, shell casings from both of these scenes match the shell casings found in yet another shooting from April.
Wow. I mean, look how many crimes this man is able to commit, and the judge still gives him a bond. That judge is woke as hell.
And an apartment complex was shot up in southeast Houston. Now, records say that investigators talked to a juvenile girl who lived in that apartment, and she told officers that she was lured into someone's car just the week prior. The man tried to sexually assault her and offered her drugs, and she said this man went by the name Country. She also gave officers an address where she thinks that man lives. That address is the same exact address associated with the person of interest in a missing persons case out of Baytown. On April 23rd, Callie Goodwin was reported missing. And records say that she told a friend she'd be staying with someone named Country. Yes, the same name that our juvenile gave officers earlier that month.
Wow.
Now, officers went back to that juvenile, showed her a photo of Flowers, and she confirmed that Flowers is indeed the man who identified himself to her as Country. Now, records say that police found Flowers and arrested him while he was driving a Chevy Malibu, the same car believed to be connected to all 3 of our shooting scenes.
Wow.
Now, as for Goodwin,
how does this guy get a bond? It's insane. That judge is woke as hell. With judges like this, we're doomed.
Baytown police say that she is still missing.
I hope that he don't get out, and not only do we get justice for Megan,
Justice for all the families.
For all the other ones that...
Anybody that he shot or killed, or anybody that he's ever done anything to.
Now, Flowers did have a bond reduction hearing here at the courthouse today, but that reduction was denied. His bond sits at $450,000. And today, as I was looking into him, I found a very lengthy criminal history that he racked up in South Carolina. He has been charged with multiple violent crimes, including murder.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.